lead by example with many behaviors. A lot of problems like work ethic and doing the hard work, that just like kind of solves itself because the players are just self-motivated, and everyone's on the same page. And the way that they take losses and take wins and deal with various situations, it just becomes, obvious and very healthy and constructive. And so these motivation issues don't creep in as much. They'll be doing the right kinds of work because you can't just DM for 12 hours a day, and that, you can't call that hard work in Counter-Strike at the top level. That's just inefficient. Wow, the soundboard comes out.
Yes, play it again, quick, play it again.
Just out of context.
I muted Dan's mic to extra wreck him.
They clipped that. I said, if you listen to the first half,
it's too late, Dan. It's pissed on. You've got to focus on the match. We've got 3 CTs towards the B bomb site. You'll have to wait for an eco round. Twist and Nitro with the utility. Zipex towards the pit position. Magisk in the graveyard. Zipex with a CZ as well. And again, a CZ for a CT team is quite important if you are playing a position which is likely to be rushed. Let's say the balcony position, for example. Quick engagements. Or the drop in cobblestone, of course. Not in the map pool anymore, but another relevant example.
Ooh, Taco heard some dropping off the balcony there. Not sure if he can do too much with the information, but he did hit 2 pairs of footsteps. I think he can assume that 2 players are in pit. We'll see how he reads it. And that can change how things go here. But there is a 4th player for Astralis in Glaive there, pushing towards Moto at the moment. And there's a deep push from Device. And the bomb is there still. My goodness! Naf is going to catch Device. That's a 3B bomb site. Obviously, they can't know exactly that no one else is on Banana just yet, but they're going to make the run for it regardless. Taco's going to hit everything. Liquid have a very good position here.
Oh boy, it's so good. Taco delayed the CTs by half a second, and it was really important because Naf was hesitant to move with the bomb, but Taco can hear all the players top mid, and now the bomb is not even on the site just yet. And Zipex is going to have an engagement if he sees it, if he goes wide enough. No! He misses it by a second. Nitro planting the bomb now. He's heard the beep beep. Twist towards the coffin position, 4 versus 3. Magic still bottom mid, wondering if, in case anybody is on some kind of weird flank, but they're all on the site.
3v4 after plant, definitely a very good position here for Team Liquid, despite the man down situation as the Astralis players push in. Elige and Twist and Nitro coming alive. That is a fantastic pistol round. I was entertained, James. That was awesome.
Told you they were going to win. Oh wait, it's just the first round. Astralis with 5 USPs. What will they choose to do? They lose the CT pistol. That is not ideal. We have seen plenty of dominant CT halves from teams on Inferno so far, and losing the pistol, not the way to start. So again, for those of you on Go TV, my recommendation for any game, including Astralis during this major, is Zipex all the time. Learn how to play some CS.
Quick banana save coming in from Team Liquid. Elige spotting Magisk. Very aggressive push with the CZ. He wants to take the fights. And that's a beautiful follow-up with the HE from Glaive. A 1-for-1 trade here. And that AK-47 is available and isolated by the smoke. That will be grabbed by Glaive, of course, as Astralis with 1.5 minutes and a 4v4 and 2 smokes. They've got a lot to play with in this round.
Dangerous CZs. Liquid with 2 Molotovs and 4 smoke grenades. Astralis do not have information towards the top of mid at the moment. Zipex is alone towards the B bomb site as Glaive and Dupree exchange positions. Maybe because of Glaive's smoke grenade, but can he get it there fast enough? Because Team Liquid are just around the corner. You can see Glaive charging through a boost, and he's got no time to throw his grenade. Zipex taken out, and that should be the round more or less secured for Team Liquid.
Yeah, but importantly, you can see that Dupree is holding on to the AK-47. That's a pretty big pickup, and a couple smokes and a couple CZs will follow into the next round. Dupree can drop the deagle that he has to a teammate who does not, or one of the teammates who died, and we will respawn with nothing in the following round. So Astralis will still be very dangerous in this following round, but I do like that Team Liquid, after that initial situation on Banana, how they decided to just very quickly just retake it and not try to develop map control elsewhere. They just retook Banana. They had the nades, just go into that B bomb site. Astralis had to make a guess, and it wasn't the best one.
(2-0) Team Liquid. Right, then we move into a well, I say, yeah, it is an eco round, but it's a dangerous one. Normally, at a 2-0 scoreline. This will be mostly USPs, but this is still a dangerous round for Team Liquid. The AK obviously, but the two CZs and the Deagle are very important as well. Those are powerful weapons, while Astralis have the numbers. And they've got 4 UMPs, Team Liquid. So this is a very dangerous position. Let's not forget the damage fall-off. However, there's only one player with Kevlar in this run for Astralis, which is Dupree. He has the AK-47. Glaive and Zipex towards the B bomb site now. At this point in the round, there are 0 grenades for Astralis. The main investment will be in the next round. That's a great boost. He gets his bell rung, but he's still alive, Dupree. That is a rare boost. Don't really see that in professional matches, and when you do, it's normally with a sniper rifle. But Dupree had many unassuming targets towards mid.
And you can see Astralis are going with this. They're learning from the previous protocol of Liquid. Liquid were in this situation before they hit the B bomb site. Astralis are gambling that they'll do the same thing, and that is absolutely what's happening here. Naf gets the first frag. Dupree, the guy with the AK, boosted up here, drops back off. Ooh, can he find something for the smoke? No, but he's done more damage. A 3 versus 4 after one here for Team Liquid. Still quite favorable. The smoke's down, and oh my god, Elise just charging through. He will not care at all about that smoke, pushing it and taking all the Danes down.
That was a huge gamble. I don't know if there was a flash combined with that. I didn't see one on my screen, but that was a huge gamble, and it paid off.
You can see him laughing in the camera.
They had to do something there. Yeah, I think that's hilarious. To get all the kills and survive, very unlikely. Astralis is not expecting that. That is a matchmaking W play from Elige. Very unlike him, but very effective in this particular round. And it was starting to get hairy, but everything got burned there in construction. Madness not able to get anything else out of this round. And nobody will die from the remaining Liquid players. And here we are. What is the first buy? Device will have an AWP and no Kevlar. I was wondering because he had 20, I think 2450 or something along the lines of that.
Oh my god!
Pretty much $1,000 short. And that is a wild play from Elige, but pretty awesome.
He just went for it, man. The full auto, jumping through the smoke. Gotta love it. Perfect start. But you can see how dangerous Astralis are on every single round. Every single round is being scary. And it takes these protocols from Liquid to make sure that they are in safety. Like, none of these calls can be made on the fly. I think that's what happens when you play against Astralis. They put you into a chaotic situation, and you have to make calls on the fly, and then everything gets sloppy. You can see that Team Liquid have the preparation and the communication to make sure that they don't panic. They have always got a reference point, good leadership and calls to be on the same page with as they try to progress into a success. And now we see a default. They had to give up Banana, and Astralis will have it, and with it, they'll lean a player, an additional one, Glaive, towards CT spawn.
Okay, so previously Glaive and Dupree didn't switch positions. It was exchange of weaponry. Thanks for the correction, internet people. 57 seconds on the clock as Liquid navigate their way through the Banana position. So again, standard stuff. They're taking match control away from their opponent. Very fast peek from Nitro, but nobody's home. In the meantime, towards A, Device was still looking top mid, but he's just been smoked off. So we have denial of information and a punishment for the seeking of information. And they fall back from the B bomb site. Or they suggested they're falling back, but they're going back again to B. Naf throwing some grenades, and I think he'll be here to lurk and sell the fake. Device rotated over towards B, but now is rotating back, and it seems like they are convinced it's not B based on the grenades being thrown into B.
Wow, they just do not fall for it at all. Liquid think they're moving into a site with just 2 players, but there's an additional one to help out. Device with that AWP, but Dupree, so much damage from the pit position, eventually will go down thanks to Taco. Device in there from Moto, using that off, but oh, he's absolutely denied there by Naf. How on earth did Astralis just know, James? They just knew.
Yeah, that seemed telegraphed from Team Liquid. They ran away from Banana, but then came back to serve some grenades. But after rotating initially, Astralis, they just knew it wasn't the B bomb site. Now, Team Liquid, we saw a triple HE in that pit position. The third one doing the job to take that player out. Very strong area. And you have to wonder, bear in mind, this is round number 4, and Team Liquid have triple naded the pit on their execute of the A site. So many more rounds to play on this half. Does that change the positions that Astralis play when pushes come in? Does that kind of deter them from playing their normal setup? That's a question that you have to focus on as this continues.
So it's a really smart thing. I don't think I've really seen teams do that as well, because when you get that first pick like Nitro did, it's unknown which site the T's are going to hit. One of the more common setups is to just put 2 players in pit. That obviously Astralis seemed to know that A play was coming, but they still couldn't stop it. They had Device in there with the AWP from Library, and they still couldn't stop it, even though they knew it was coming. That is incredible. I mean, for Team Liquid, you can't have a better start than that. Even when your play doesn't work out, you still crush the round. That's got to give them some confidence.
Once they killed the player with the grenades, they have an overwhelming numbers advantage. And some position thanks to the smoke. If that AWP attempt on Taco in the pit works, then there's some chance for Astralis, but still not good. Anyway, here we are, 0-4. And this will be a dangerous buy again. We have the CZs, we've got 5 smoke grenades, so we're going to see those infamous grenades from Astralis. Now I would expect that Team Liquid will be prepared for these. But many a team has fallen to these smokes. We start to see them from the likes of NRG in North America as well. There's an aggressive one to start with for Astralis, but Leash has some angle, and Nav has the flash over the top, so perhaps Team Liquid will take more map control than Astralis expects at this point. That's the only smoke Astralis have used so far, and that's something to pay attention to, the clock and how many smokes the Danes have.
Indeed. We'll have to see if Liquid will be good at pressuring them out. Do they have any plays for that? Obviously, by just threatening areas heavily, you can force the CTs to use some of those grenades sooner than they'd like, so that you don't get caught by a horrible delay at the end of the clock. Ooh, Dupree. We know him to be very good for it with that Deagle, but this time not so much. And that will be very nice for Liquid as they have some good map control here. There's another smoke grenade used.
How does he know?
The timing was crazy.
It almost looked like they were going to just make a contact play, but still his timing is impeccable. And now we've got a 2-man rotation towards B bomb site. Device and Zipex making their way over. Magisk is the only man with a grenade, and he's going towards B as well. Can he get something done from CT spawn, perhaps? Will he have time to get all the way there? This final smoke could be brutal, because look at the weapons which are lining up behind it. There's no map control elsewhere. Magisk is deploying his smoke grenade now. This could be absolutely nasty. 19 seconds. They've got to go through this. This is suicide, though. They've got some flashbangs, and they are making it work with the spray. How do Taco and Nitro do this? Here comes Glaive. One player's cross, playing with the sound. They've got time pressure. If the emerge is late, they've got to plant this bomb. Here we go, down to 1 versus 2, but Dupree is far away. Both these players, though, they have a combined 16 HP, and he has to go for it. He's got nothing to lose.
He does have a Deagle, though, of all guns. Maybe it's not ideal because of the slow firing rate. My goodness, Dupree, can he find a way to make this happen? Elige and Nitro. Good guns, but as James mentioned, they do not have the help for this, and it's like Dupree is just going to hold this angle, see if he can catch someone on the exit. He wants to make this expensive. He knows he can't win the round, but he is not going to let them live. Take the money out of their hands. Maybe a gun as well if he possibly can. That could be. Yeah, oh, that is just phenomenal, isn't it? Dupree, clinical there with the Deagle. Steals away an AWP from his position. You can't ask anything more of him. But how on God's earth did Team Liquid not get fully wrecked by the CZ, standing in front of the smoke? Then the push from Glaive with the CZ. I think that Astralis were very unfortunate there, James.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think there were 1 or 2 flashes for Team Liquid, so they can drop them on the floor behind them as they run through the smoke, but also because of the whole pool area, there are so many different places the CTs can stand that if you spray, you're not so likely to shoot them. And even if you spray, I mean, how far do you spray? Because you've got to run through the smokes. You don't really have time to go for a reload and like spray all your bullets. So there's so many problems for Liquid in that situation. But here they are, 5-0 as Astralis are on the buy. Device has Templar with his AWP, but it's a fast round to keep Liquid, and Glaive's taken out immediately. They're going to keep pushing.
Beautiful stuff there from Nitro. He knew he'd get flashed, but he knew that the player was hiding behind the angle, just pulled the trigger, and even gets a follow-up. This is incredible here. This pace change from Team Liquid has completely caught Astralis off guard, and now they'll just recede into passive positions, and that's going to be quite dangerous for Astralis, because Team Liquid can cut noise and just take their time, and Astralis will have no idea what's going on, and they'll have to be forced into some gambles. They can't know, so they just have to guess. And right now it's a 2-1 setup, as we can see, and that is the wrong guess. Liquid about to hit that A bomb site in numbers, and at the moment, all you have is Dupree.
Do you stack a site with all your players? With Dupree on it, it's hard for him to make it all the way safely towards the B bomb site, but perhaps he can buy some time. Took too long to deploy the grenade, but the numbers game was too great anyway, and that is going to be the round. If he was towards Arch, who knows if he goes towards the B bomb site and goes 3 versus whatever may come their way. 6-0 to Team Liquid.
I have to say that Astralis, I mean, this is going to sound crazy, but Astralis are playing really well. But Liquid are also playing very well. And Liquid, in some of these marginal moments, as Counter-Strike can often present, have been more fortunate. But we are in very early stages of this game. And Astralis, again, they are so good at just squeezing out every bit of damage they possibly can. They're so good at just somehow getting the correct reads when they're starved of information. And in these moments when Team Liquid has been put into a desperate spot or a chaotic position, you can see they have these protocols just to fall back on calmly and just know exactly what to do, and they don't allow Astralis as much space as other teams would to maybe maneuver through the gaps.
Nitro not fearing the pop flash attempt there. Action all over the shop. And indeed it is 6-0. The buy coming back out for Astralis. Can they get their first round on the board? Do they take the game into their own hands? Do they get more aggressive, or do they continue to play their way? Do they believe it will work eventually with what Team Liquid are doing? Many questions to be answered as we move through round number 7. Tibex and Device are smoked off at the top of Banana, so there's early map control there for Team Liquid, which maybe compounds the problems for the Danes.
We're going to see a balcony burst here. Is that what Liquid is up to? Again, this is quite the switch up. They need this timing when Astralis are still pressuring Banana. Astralis' smokes are still up on Banana. They can get a good timing on A, which is unsuspecting from Astralis perhaps, and they can come into that. Stop ready for this. He turns around. Can he make it work? Yes, he can. That is Twist dead. There's no trade fragger here. Eventually, Taco comes into play, but there's still more players here, and the rotation is in quickly. Team Liquid must be more quick onto the bomb site here, as the Danes will reinforce.
Taco looking for the flank. He's going straight through the smoke, not really considering what might be behind it, and Glaive gets a kill for free. Elise moving towards the boiler position, so you might know where Glaive is, making a play with the Molotov. It affects the top mid as well. Elise on the flank, there's one. Does he hear Glaive now? Glaive trapped, he's got players in front of him and players behind, looking for the player towards the rear, and Naf gets taken out. Sorry, he takes out Device in the meantime, which shuts down the round. Now, we've seen two situations where Astralis in different rounds where people have had a grenade in their hand, a Molotov, I think, in the round prior, the smoke on the balcony, where they have very limited time to try and figure out if they should throw their smoke or not. We're seeing hesitation, and it's proving costly. Liquid are really keeping Astralis on their toes. Their timing is different, and it's proving very difficult to deal with.
I really like that just because, again, you know, if you expect the T side to go into a more passive default where they want to wait for your utility to expire on Banana before then taking the map control there, there is this window of time when you don't have the information, because you don't want to play super aggressive on the other side of the map as well. So you play aggressive towards Banana with the smokes, and you play passive on the other side of the map. Well, Team Liquid just abused that massively. This is really cool so far from them. I really can't stress that enough. I feel like Astralis are actually playing quite well. But one thing we know about Astralis, James, is that they are the best team in the world at dealing with bad positions, at grinding it out, regardless of what happens.
And this is the curse of being at the top, is that everybody is going to be gunning for you. Everyone's going to be watching your demos. They're probably going to have the most watched demos in Counter-Strike. Everybody's going to be looking to counter-strat them. So eventually they're going to have hardships such as this. Tactical timeout has come and gone for Astralis, and we are at a 7-0 mark in favor of Team Liquid. And again, with so many dominant CT halves that we've seen so far, this is pretty bad for Astralis, although there is still room for recovery. That said, Team Liquid's CT Inferno is very, very interesting indeed, which I will talk about at the half-time mark.
So here we see more pressure early, right at the beginning of the round from Team Liquid. And one of the adjustments you can see, Device taking a deeper peek to T-Pit, because some of these faster rounds from Team Liquid. And also, you know, perhaps knowing that Team Liquid do not have an AWP to fight him, he can take more aggressive angles with his AWP. Nitro maybe making a step there. 3 players there for Astralis. And Device so ready towards quad. This is going to get pretty interesting. Device, beautiful pickoff, gets into safety. A nice 5v4 to start things off here for the Danes.
They are all rotating towards the A bomb site. They're expecting a fast rotation from Liquid, and that means they're completely out of position because Liquid are continuing. They're forcing Astralis to guess, and they don't really know what's going on. Now, we've seen these counter smokes from Glaze before, where once that smoke comes down towards his direction, he's like, okay, I'm going to have to go through mine, and I will be at an advantage. That will buy time to get back into position, but it's the guessing game. They're lining up for Zipex, but he pulls out a grenade, can't escape as they jump through the smoke.
There is 3v3 after plant. It is difficult. There's time here to set up for Team Liquid. Team Liquid do not have an AWP, which would cause some problems. So that is something for Astralis, but you can see that Molotov will just delay ever so much more, burning that clock away. This will not be blind whatsoever. Magis goes down with ease, and maybe their chances now are slim to none at doing much of anything here. Indeed, Team Liquid know they've got it in the bag in this round. And I wonder what the read was from Astralis to rotate 4 players to A straight away. And then the fact that Liquid throw only, not too many nades, but just maybe just enough nades to make it seem like, okay, this actually could be a take onto B. And so then you just don't know. How can you know, James? You can't know what they're doing at this point.
It's 8-0 for Team Liquid, and the frags are very evenly spread out across the team. Nobody really leading the charge in that respect. It is a team effort. See some chat from Nitro during the buy time. 8-0 for Team Liquid, and indeed, you can see Astralis are trying to adapt and trying to preempt Team Liquid, but it's a guessing game which isn't going their way just yet.
This is definitely one of those games where it's about getting into the heads of the opposing IGL, and that's in-game leader mind game becomes a really big deal. We played these rounds like this, so this is what they're going to expect. But because they're going to expect this, we want to throw that at them, and just trying to stay a step ahead of the game is at this high level of Counter-Strike very important. Right now, Liquid coming off the better of that, but Astralis once again they've got that early round banana control. But so far, it hasn't helped them very much.
No, it has not. Device stays top mid as long as he can. He smokes banana. He was looking through, sorry, smokes mid, looking through the boiler position with a tight angle of the AWP, but now he is forced away. 4 players around the A site for the CTs. Zipex moving back towards B. You can see the setup here, focusing on the short position where Magis could provide support to Device, for example. We've got grenades going in different directions, and Glaive is gone. Zipex with a pop flash, but Nitro will rip his face off, and that's pretty much the round again. Someone has to rotate from A to pick up the bomb, however, but I don't see Astralis going anywhere anytime soon. Yeah,
this is moving from the territory of great reads and great strategy, and a bit of fortune as well, into Team Liquid just hitting everything. That's not a good point for Astralis if you're now starting to struggle on the 1v1s, because we've seen that a couple of times now where it's we're seeing these fights by Team Liquid, these entry frags where maybe it looks a bit favorable for the Astralis defender, but he'll just get shot in the face anyway. And this is very dominant now. We're looking at a 9-0 in favor of Team Liquid, and let's not forget the gravity of this situation. Team Liquid just don't beat Astralis. If you look at all the matchups recently, Team Liquid have struggled. And we talk about time off to prepare, and it looks like they've done their prep.
Look at the peeking from Twist. He goes down, but all he was showing was a foot. That's quite a peek. Hunger Games or Battle Royale if you're an OG. And I'm not talking Fortnite. Device and Magis, the teams will hold on to their weapons ever so desperately. At least there is the AWP, but what has it really gained them at this point? Device has 2 kills. Team Liquid are dominant. They've got their foot on the side of Astralis' face at the moment.
When did you last see Astralis with this scoreline on CT side of an Inferno, James? Obviously they did lose the pistol, of course, so... But still.
Only in my dreams, Dan, of the Bardolph super team of 5 James Bardolphs. The only time I haven't seen it beyond that.
Wow, so timeout here to just get everyone on the same page, try to reset a bit. One of those situations, you know, you can find yourself in when you're getting dominated like this is it feels like everything is stale, nothing's working, we're losing all of our jewels, the confidence starts to wane a bit, and you just need to create something to sort of revitalize the team a bit. Could be a new idea, could even be a pep talk, just get everyone on the same page and get that communication flowing. So Astralis will take that small time out to do that, and now let's see if they can change things here. Device back on the orb, can he make the difference?
Banana successfully taken by Astralis at the beginning of the round. There is a gap, but I would say it favors them. Zipex may have just seen somebody at last second, I don't know, but he will stay where he is for the time being. Glaive on Speedway, holding an angle on Arch, and it's Team Liquid's approach to Arch, which is one of the really cool things about their CT side. They have certain setups. If they arise, I will try to point them out, but for now we'll continue with Astralis.
I think they're doing it again. This happened before. When Astralis took a fast banana, the response from Liquid was like, screw it, we'll just go balcony. Again, look at this, they'll just charge straight in there. This will not be traded. Taco waits for it so patient, and he is rewarded. The blink comes in, it's not good for him, but the trades come in there. Glaive doing a fantastic job. That's exactly what Astralis need. And Zipex is moving unknown through the quad position. Device, speaking of unknown, oh my goodness, like ships in the night. Neither Device or Elise will see one another. Someone turn around!
How did he not hear the scope? Device scope's right next to him, but maybe there was gunfire, I don't know. Elijah's just walking in circles. This is going to be very interesting indeed. Ring around the rosy. Has he got time to score himself some points? It seems that he does, and there we go. Gets there eventually. Took the long way around quite literally. Now it's Zipex in the 1 versus 2. Elijah in the library position.
Oh.
That is quite the spray from Zipex, but only one player survives. He's got time. Only one player surviving for Astralis is a disastrous situation. This could be a 14-1 half.
This is pretty nice. They have actually built up quite some bank, despite, well, enough at least to get a full buy-in here. But because that's one of the situations that can happen. You can like win a round like this, but as James says, you won't even have like a proper buy. It's crazy. That is insane. Like that's a long-range continuation spray in a very tight angle, and Zipex still finds that kill. That is pretty low percentage, but he makes it work, and in doing so, he gives Astralis a lifeline.
The Glaive's 2 kills with the UMP as well. That was asking a hell of a lot. A hell of a lot. Just to get one round on the board to the 9 of Team Liquid. And this is exactly what they need. 2 for 1 at the very top of the round. Nitro looking for more, going through the smoke, and this is the gift that Astralis were looking for. They had to win this round. If Astralis lost this round, honestly, you're looking at a 14-1 scoreline. It's not over just yet. Elige has plenty of time to do some damage. But this was a must-win for Astralis in the numbers as well.
Yeah, and now Elige can just have some fun, try to get some kills on the board, see if he can make this hurt. Very good awareness there. That's a nice snap onto Dupree. He's on 3 HP. And now it's 1, and perhaps Elige is soon to be done and out of this round as there are 3 Astralis players ready and waiting.
Oh, he's got 1v1s though, and he's got an AK, and he's got StarCraft aim. This is entirely plausible that he does more damage. Device refuses to stop re-peaking and will finish off the round. Astralis survived with 3 players. There's still plenty of money for Team Liquid though, so the pressure continues for Astralis, but that was a must-win round. That is the first job ticked off. They can still get 6 rounds out of this half.
Yeah, that was a beautiful defense there. It really looked like Astralis were ready for it. And again, it's one of these IGL mind games where Team Liquid are thinking, okay, if we hit them with a really fast timing after a round like that on Banana and just get some favorable trades, that's going to knock them off balance. But Astralis seemingly very ready for that kind of a play in that line of thinking. They deal with it very, very well. And this could be a big momentum shift, and this is what, why this is a great spot to take a timeout for Team Liquid. Because if this is Astralis now starting to get more comfortable with how Team Liquid are moving around the map and some of the cues, because let's not forget, Team Liquid have given some routines here. We've seen that when there's a lot of quick banana control for Astralis, we're seeing these faster A plays to punish them for playing deep on banana straight away.
Liquid breaking that momentum. This is a big round now, especially for the recovery of Astralis. Well, either way, really, because the money is quite low for both teams. Naf and Nitro with some bits and bobs, but many people will be short one of these 2 teams. Elige looking for something. Didn't find what he was looking for necessarily. Man advantage for Astralis, and maybe that pause was to break the momentum, but Astralis get the first pick. It's a very different game of Inferno now.
And you'd think that Alicia's not making that peak if he thinks Device is actually playing towards A with the AWP, which he has been. Device is mixing up his positions with that AWP, and that level of uncertainty means that that's going to happen. You're going to get a player peeking into a position thinking he's against a rifle, and maybe has an advantage on the headshot position, but no. The AWP is there, and that's Device giving a good early advantage. What is the panic button here for Team Liquid? Looks like it's going to be an A play. Maybe not. They're actually going to back away here. Back into Banana.
No one peeking B. Flashbang suggests, I think that gives a certain timing towards the T's going towards top Banana. There are 35 seconds on the clock. That's a great peek. No punish. Molotov, but they can go through it without taking too much damage. Into construction, Glaive now is in CT. Surely he's been hurt, surely he doesn't check this, and that's a big problem. Now what does Device do? He knows they can flash, he focuses on the front, the bomb's on the floor, 20 seconds trying to frag out, but there are 2 players left here for Liquid on the site, and the bomb's going down.
Beautiful call there from Team Liquid, and very nice defense from Device. 3 kills make this very doable for his teammates, dupreeh and Magisk, as they look to combine forces here and coordinate on this retake. 1 from Banana, 1 from CT. Good amount of time left as they try to clear positions. There's a high flash. That does allow dupreeh to come into play with Magisk. Bomb first oranges. There's the first frag. Now what does Magisk do? 2 players now trying to play that trade game. He knows that at this point there's no way to win this without getting traded. And so he's going to back away. What a call from Liquid. That timing seemed to really catch Astralis off guard, but even still they did so much damage.
And they've done even more significant damage to the general economy of Astralis. Now they are almost in that bad position once again. We spoke about a 14-1 scoreline, and they're not far off that situation. What will they choose to do with the money? Average of, say, 2,200, 2,400 on the Astralis side. They're going to buy around what they have, which was just the 1 weapon save. They can still get 5 rounds out of this, and maybe that would be enough. They've got these smoke shenanigans to play with once again. 3 CZs. Used to be close range FAMAS on the CT side. Nitro charging with a very surprising timing, forcing Astralis away. No, you will not have Banana.
Yeah, Team Liquid's timings on attacks have actually been really interesting. I think that you could do a specific, analytical video just about, based on how they pick their push timings on various positions on the map based on what's happened, and they consistently are able to find a really optimal spot to effectively achieve what they want, whether it's entry kills or map control or a site hit. And we're going to move into another site hit now as Team Liquid line up the set piece into the A site. Nitro looking for the entry set. He will be thrown incendiary, and that's going to be a good catch. But still, entry power is just too strong here from the Team Liquid lineup as they clean up the bomb site. A 2v4 retake is a reality for Astralis.
The numbers game swarming onto B like the Zerg army, leaving 2 players left here for Astralis, Device and dupreeh with the CZ. This is disastrous. We're looking at 2 rounds in this half now for Astralis. Obviously they have 2 rounds on the board, but in losing this round they really have no money, having gone for the force buy. So the percentages become quite small for a chance to steal a round away. Elige must go very far away from this bomb with 1 HP. 1 point of health, 1 solo singular point. 1 digit, 1 finger.
That's one thing to remember as well about the top scene at the moment is we have this sort of triangle between Astralis, Team Liquid and Na'Vi. So Team Liquid just have Na'Vi's number, and Na'Vi are able to effectively beat Astralis. And then typically it's been that Astralis just have the number of Team Liquid. So if Team Liquid kind of burst that formula, they are indeed in a position where they are looking to take that championship. So if they can just keep this consistency, obviously just 1 map.
They're changing the triangle to a circle, Dan. And the circle is a silo, and they are firing all the missiles right now.
Very nice, very nice.
Elige taking control of most of Banana. He will need some grenade support once the smoke disappears to do more. He knows the lineups again. There is a window on the wall. You can see it there to the left. If you throw a grenade to the right-hand side of the window while you're running, it generally goes behind the sandbag. So if somebody's hiding there, a Molotov, a HE, a flashbang will land at their feet. It's very hard to avoid. Very easy to learn.
Oh my goodness. Dodges there. In the pause position. Magisk is not moving a muscle. He is not afraid of these bullets. Oh my god. There's just this one spot Taco has not been shooting and Magisk is just sitting there. Impressive.
With his USP, the baits for Dupree's meaty CZ. Ooh!
Wow.
All right then, that's the big mess because he's got the bomb in the balcony position. Twist is there for support as well. That's the weapon taken away. Magisk is still alive with the USP. Gets a lot out of that. How's he not dead yet? Nafly will finish him off, and that should be the round. 3 versus 1. Device has a CZ. He has a kit as well, and I think he might as well try and get something done here, as the bomb hasn't been planted just yet. He can continue to close the distance. He knows there are rifles near the balcony to be collected. It surely isn't time for Liquid to clean those up, and that with a peak will be enough for a 12-2 scoreline for Team Liquid.
Absolutely, and this is just, you know, one map so far, and Astralis have always got to come back in them. But I do think this is Liquid are looking really good here, and that's really fun. It's another test as well for Team Liquid is that idea of, you know, you can never think we've done it until the victory is in the bag as well. So it's about that level of focus, no matter what's going on. And if they can show that as well, that's going to be a good sign for them moving forwards. And once again, just for the last round, the buy comes in. No orbs on the server, and that will suit Elise very nicely. He'll just take Magisk's head off.
The grenade concedes Glaive's position, which means 2 kills for Elise. Very hard man to fight against them. Zipex once again is here to trade. They continue to pursue, to harass Nitro and Naf. Just keep calling. Dupree has some information. Maybe hoping that was a bomb carrier. It wasn't, but Twist is already in the back, moving very quickly indeed. And now Naf's on a late rotation with the bomb, but Zipex is nowhere near him. We are looking at a 2 for 13 scoreline, unless Zipex can get 3 more kills. 1 on the board already. Not having a defuse kit either. The wide peek from Taco. Taco says no. Team Liquid say hello to 13 rounds in the first half.
Yeah, you said if Astralis hadn't won one particular round, it could be 14-1. It ends up being a 13-2. That is an incredible T-side from Liquid. I definitely think they got fortunate in some spots, and it could have been a lot closer, but you can't deny the quality from Team Liquid here. They played a very good side, great calls, great executions, the focus very on point the entire time, and as things started to continue, we started to see Nitro and Elise really come alive on some of those entries. Elise reminds me a bit of Stewie sometimes on Banana. Some of the savagery we're seeing, just running at them. Just running at them, James. That's all it is sometimes.
Unleashed. Go, go, go. Astralis now on the T side in a must-win situation. Device has picked up a P250. Device and Glaive with grenades. Nitro with a defuse kit and 2 flashbangs. Everybody else with Kevlar. Protect your neck, as Wu-Tang would say. Well, that Kevlar protects your neck. But try and find a way to protect it. Shooting first, more accurate. That's one way. Naf Elige. Initial engagers towards this B area. There's a flashbang from Nitro over the roof, and Elige would pick off 1 kill. Naf ready for a second one, but more flashes will force everybody back.
It's a nice little bait setup. It's not too uncommon, but well executed there for the frag. And look at all the nades here on Astralis still. They definitely were looking at an execution, and when you have all those nades and you're sacrificing some Kevlars, it really does help to have those numbers. So losing Dupree early does make things a bit annoying here for Astralis. I wonder if they are going to call for a plan B, and is there some other strat they'll go for instead? Maybe not. Smokes will go into the B position. Oh, they're actually going to try to fake with this, potentially. Actually not sure what they're up to here, still holding players on Banana.
That's a bad miss.
And they can't catch anyone in rotation. Team Liquid, I think that was the play here. They wanted to get some frags in rotation that could maybe alter their site choice, but no one moved a muscle. Wow, still no one moving. This is awesome.
The rain starts to stream in. Elige making his way over. Taco and Twist will just wait until they see the bomb. Astralis crossing, no one sees just yet. Awkward angle for Nav, works for Magisk, and Nitro's got to avoid all that spray from those numbers. Got to wait for the retake. Taco and Twist rotating. Nitro still with the kit in his hands. On the site already, some tagging through the smoke. But now it's time for the real damage, 4 on 4.
Yeah, and 2 of these players on Astralis do not have Kevlar. We'll have to see if that comes into play. As Team Liquid start to push further forwards. 2 through construction, 2 through the pool position. There's some T's all over the place here. That P250 could be quite dangerous on Device as he tries to use these peaks wisely, using his teammates for bait, but there's none left really. One on Banana, but Device does the job. That and the penetration of the P250, very important. Nice run and gun there from Taco. Just Zipex, he'll snap, twist neck with that block, and easy does it for Taco at the end. Was probably not any time anyway. Great round from Astralis. They'll make it happen.
So much on the line in that pistol round. That is the first of many tasks for Astralis. We talk about sports psychology, we talk about 1 round 5 times instead of 5 rounds. We're looking at 1 round 10 times just to tie the score. UMP's out once again, a familiar friend of Astralis, as there were plenty of UMP in the first half. UMP 45, the successor to the MP5. Dupree with an MP7. Magisk with a Galil. Got some good armor penetration on that. A tactical timeout from Team Liquid. They've bought nothing just yet, save for the Desert Eagle on Taco. As we can see, it seems it will be a force buy here for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid's 2 Deagles, CZs, and a P250. A few grenades as well as the Kevlars. We saw the damage that Astralis did on these force buys. Astralis made them look so very scary. We wonder if Liquid are able to replicate that. We will soon find out. Astralis things up there. Oh my god, goodbye Taco. Going for a cheeky peek. That's one of the Deagles gone on the ground, and Listen Lee is looking to perhaps make a play there towards second mid, but they will also be denied because Astralis, they're playing a slow rounds, making sure that they don't get caught off guard by any of these fast-moving pistols. Making sure they can play consistently here. Lots of information for Astralis and lots of map control now. This must be careful. These heels, shoulder peak really dangerous. Ooh, there it is. In comes the P250 headshot. Now, what is the call from Astralis? Looks like they're groping up here, but this time also Team Liquid want to attack.
This attack will be neutered. Like a house cat. Ooh. I mean, surprisingly good damage there. 4K for Dupree, very important. He'll make good money from it with the SMG. But most importantly, the round has been secured. 1 round down, 9 rounds to go. Team Liquid have no money. Nafly's got 3,500 in the bank, which means he will almost definitely be buying an AWP. Very important. If you want your sniper to start right, then he goes for the double eco. In the first half, you saw Device had probably 1,000 more investment, which meant he was naked in the first buy round. We see a CT jumping through to B apartment, see what's going on towards second mid. Not that they can really do much about it in theory. They've got the pea shooters out, Team Liquid, and Astralis are not that hungry.
That one P250 for Twist, really the only particularly dangerous pistol, I suppose. Oh, hello. Dupree's going to find himself amongst the wolves. Although the claws have been cut short there, only USPs to work with. Taco will do his best, but only 1 frag in the round. So after all those ecos have been cleaned up, or the force by and the eco has been cleaned up, we can get into some interesting stuff now. I'm really looking forward to seeing both what Team Liquid decide to do early round. Is it passive? Is it aggressive? What parts of the map will they focus on? As well as Astralis. What will be these early choices?
Team Liquid pull out 2 French guns on the CT side to get more utility. AWP for Nitro as expected, and he's got a smoke and a flashbang as well. Molotov towards top of Banana to deter any aggressive peaks from the CT side, from the AWP or otherwise. No Fallen-esque plays just yet. As you can see, Team Liquid are elevated on the short position. Elysian map towards the B bomb site. I feel like it's the Legion warm-up we see jumping on those balconies often. But anyway, all eyes on Astralis. They've got 8 rounds to win.
Team Liquid, they just want to close this one down. Ooh, that play comes in. Elige somehow finds it. Oh, Naf finds the kill actually. But Magisk delivering a beautiful return there. And I'm not sure if there's anything that Team Liquid can do unless they can somehow find these stragglers and take them down quickly. They know that there is someone hiding in the apartments. Just that threat of the flank is perhaps another argument to just go for the save here. And let's not forget, this is the first buy round. They haven't really gained any money yet. So they will save those guns. And you doubt that Astralis are going to really worry too much about taking them out. They need to look after their money too.
Now that the sides have changed, for those of you on GoTV, I would keep an eye in general on the radar when there is action or CT presence around the arch position. Team Liquid have some very interesting bait setups that come out on occasion. For example, you may see somebody on the CT side of arch holding a pixel cap. So as soon as they see somebody, they fire a shot, and they're very unlikely to kill someone, and vice versa. They'll have a player on the corner of arch at the back near the site who will pop out to try and take those engagements. Of course, Astralis may be one of the teams who will be most well prepared for those kind of engagements, but I hope we see those towards arch as this continues. 7 rounds, that's the deficit for Astralis at this point. Team Liquid still on the buy, still with the AWP with Nitro, of course, and now with 3 French guns.
It's actually a really good point you make. This might be one of the worst maps to see some of those setups because Astralis probably studied the hell out of Liquid and they probably know it. So we'll have to see. Fast take of Banana there for Astralis, or at least it's an attempt is made. Team Liquid battling them backwards with their own utility. And back in goes Astralis with the flashbang. Perhaps Glaive looking to make certain that this Banana position is not controlled by the CTs. And we can see Team Liquid have abandoned position. They do not want to give up any early kills. And Astralis have pretty quick map control here. They are lacking top middle, of course, but the pace is still quite good.
Team Liquid patiently waiting at present. Nitro just keeping an eye on top mid, but not Boiler, which is now being smoked off at the 1 minute mark. We do have to keep an eye on things and see if those timings are consistent from round to round. A flashbang as they take another angle. Elige not peeking from the coffins though. And Astralis showing lots of presence towards the B bomb site. A re-smoke of mid from the CTs in the meantime at the 40-second mark. That's the last smoke grenade for Team Liquid.
30 seconds approaches, and we see the grenades start to be released here towards that B bomb site. Elige in the dark spot, Naf to support, but the smoke is there. He can't do too much behind that, perhaps. No rotation for Team Liquid just yet, and Naf is nowhere to stand for the fall all the way back. Elige can't do it with the FAMAS. Great kill coming in from Glaive, and Team Liquid might have to give this one up. In fact, of course they will. No damage done to Astralis.
While those grenades were being deployed, well, just before those grenades were deployed towards the B bomb site, Dupree started moving in. He was in Boiler for a long time, as those twos, when top mid was smoked twice, Dupree was in Boiler. When Astralis had a focus on the B bomb site, Dupree moved towards the end of the balcony, looking for a rotation. Taco was on the site. He knew this. He was jiggle peeking because he knows surely there's a lurker, and he sees Dupree take an engagement, but he doesn't. I guess they didn't quite know what was going on. Dupree starts deploying grenades out of the balcony, but Twist on the end of the balcony as well. The 3 Liquid players stayed in situ. I guess at that point maybe it was a gamble. Okay, we might lose one player towards B, but we're out of position regardless. And here we are, 6 rounds away now are Astralis, and Team Liquid have a rough buy pretty much every round now.
Yeah, and it's again just the caliber of both of these teams is really incredible. And when you're a very high caliber team like either one of these teams, and you're up against another one that you feel like you might be playing in grand finals against, that elevates the level of Counter-Strike for both teams. So this is really cool to see. Astralis finding their groove is what we all wanted for this match. And There's a double HE thrown towards Logs. Does some damage to Glaive, down to 55. Astralis looking to once again challenge for Banana. They are not content to let that smoke deter them. They'll push forwards. This time Team Liquid look like they may want to fight. They've got 3 players, but they are still playing it fairly passive. As are Astralis. Still not pushing all the way deep just yet, but here it comes. Can Nitro find something?
Moving back to the corner is Nitro, so we can see the flowers in his scope. Likes a bit of purple Nitro. Device, Magis, Glaive, Dupree, and Zipex all on Banana. Making a snake like the old Nokias. Naf is here to support Nitro as well. He's holding the smoke grenade in his hand, so Naf takes a shot, smoke grenade, takes another shot, gets away with it. No, he doesn't, he's guilty as charged. Nav's trying to avoid all the sliding. No, he's not between the pool. They're jumping around, spotting him. 2 players emerge from the smoke. He can't quite hit either of them. He leaves them in the red, though. Look at all the red. They are very, very low indeed. Here comes Taco charging through, but Dupree's got a superior angle.
Oh, Glaive just takes down Zipex. I don't know how that happened. And that kills Taco is important. If Taco kills Dupree there, I think the round is over. Everyone else is running into position. And speaking of which, Ali's just barely unable to catch Dupree in the distance, and their health is low. That's one thing. If they can't actually get to them, that's another. In comes Twist playing around the pillar. 1 more to go, and that's just 1 too many. Astralis pick up the round in an incredibly slim fashion. That could have gone wrong in so many ways.
Credit to the damage done at the beginning. The setup from Team Liquid was solid. So hard. There's so much spray that goes to pool now. We're seeing that smoke time and time again, that reaction smoke grenade, and it's causing all TE sides problems. But it's very likely that you stand in the pool position. Down to the wire. In 21 rounds, we have seen 2 CT rounds won by any team, and both of those rounds were won by Astralis. Not looking so bad now, is it?
Absolutely. This is a game and a half. It was actually hilarious to see Naf just sort of like somehow just dodging the bullets of like 4 AKs spraying through the smoke at him, standing in the middle. It was awesome, and still doesn't get rewarded with any kills after that just amazing series of dance moves. Where is the justice, eh? 13-8 indeed. Astralis climbing the mountain, and they are doing so confidently and convincingly, as they also appear very calculated on this T side. Liquid are perhaps forced to create some kind of adaptation or find a way to take the initiative, but it's so difficult.
Ow.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Finally, Liquid are going to pick up something. What is the response from Astralis, though, after losing a man early?
Dupree, luckily that grenade just misses him in the boiler position. And he's been lurking in boiler in a number of rounds. Now he gets into a deeper position. But he must be careful. As you see, there is a bait set up here. Nafly is holding an angle from the library. Now, on Old Inferno, you'd see people standing on that sofa. So if there was an AWPer going for a fast peek, they would be more likely to get legs. But now, again, I spoke about the pixel peeks earlier, but this is basically the same thing in a different setup.
Wow.
What the hell is that? That's ridiculous. There's no way he gets 2 kills in that position. And a 3rd one from Dupree. You cannot be serious.
That's incredible. What the hell? Just the 180s coming out. Dupree snapping to heads. Might be 1 more to find it. Twist goes for the peak. You fancy Dupree after that action. But maybe Twist and Nitro can still offer something here. They are alone, stranded in solitude on their bomb sites, respectively. As the big rotation comes in from Astralis, Nitro has the AWP. There is no flashbang. Oh, what? There it is. It's just tossed. That was the last one, though, coming in from the T's. Astralis. Can they take down Nitro? First shot connects. 20 seconds to get the bomb down. He'll Molotov it, and there's no more smoke. The smoke was just used to block him off. They get to the plant open here behind the fountain, and Twist has time to come in. 10 seconds to go, and we're in a 2v2.
This is getting really close. Has Dupree done enough? He saw Twist. Well, Twist took him out. Glaive jumped, saw the information. Knew Twist was playing out of position. Saw him on the site, rotated back towards B, and here he is. Twist taken out by the device. Where is the trade tracker? Where is Nitro? There he is, and Glaive will do the job. That is a huge round for Astralis. They're coming so close, so much down to the wire. But you see Astralis, even in these high-pressure situations, they're keeping focus. Glaive knows that Twist, he knows where Twist normally plays. When Twist takes Dupree out later on, that was amazing. But it's a 3rd engagement.
Wow.
Twist takes him out. He knows Twist's out of position, so Glaive charges towards the A site. He jump peeks, sees Twist in the middle of lanes, like, okay, let's go back towards B. Astralis were going towards A, they immediately move back towards B bomb site. They've got that one flashbang that can take the angle away from the AWPer, and then off they go.
dupreeh is an absolute beast right now. He is 23 and 14. No one else on his team has positive kills at this point, obviously suffering from that horribly difficult first half, but that was a huge play.
We spoke about the Liquid setups and the pixel gaps they were holding. That was a perfect example of it, but a completely different setup where Nafly is not necessarily trying to frag someone, but just take attention away and allow Taco to peek. But here we are. Astralis with every round in this half so far. They've got to trade this, and they do. They can take that weapon away, but Magisk needs cover in order to do that.
And you know, that works out pretty well for Team Liquid, going 1-for-1. But these CZs, they can be so difficult sometimes. There's a smoke and a flash on Nitro still, but where is he? Okay, he's towards the pool position at the moment, just looking to fortify B, whereas Astralis now rotate towards A, so they should avoid that smoke and flash for the time being. It looks like Twist will also rotate towards B. So there is a very open A bomb side here. And we'll see Astralis wrapping into A. If he found an isolated player there, if he got that kill, that would be an AK. That could have been very important, but it looks like Astralis should be safe here.
The M4 is still on Banana, which would give Liquid some extra money. But who knows if they'll venture to get it. Saving on the B bomb site, they don't know if a lurker is on Banana, and they've got money to save with what they have anyway. Device will be reconnecting to the server briefly.
I have to say, it's just so incredible that you see that just ridiculous 3K from dupreeh. And it's so ridiculous, and it's in such an important moment, because if Team Liquid, of course, win that round, it just really changes things so hugely. I mean, then it's just one round to 15. Obviously, just getting around under your belt, we saw how Astralis were able to convert that into one more. I mean, effectively, they would have been half of the way there to, at the very least, relieving the pressure and securing head time. So, but it's 10-13, James. Astralis are 3 away from tying it up with Team Liquid. Can you believe this game?
Absolutely outrageous. Just when you thought it was safe to type Liquid are going to win the major.
What?
Every T round has gone the way of Astralis. We spoke so much about the CT dominance. Where has that gone? 2 CT rounds have been won in 23 rounds.
It's one of those games. And the beautiful thing about it is that it's because of the quality of these two teams. It is so cool to see this. So we do have a momentary tech pause coming in, James. A breather for everyone.
Alicia's changed his keycaps on his keyboard. He's on the keycap grind.
What has he done?
Well, he's changed it.
Why has he done this?
He's changed it. He's styling and profiling.
What is it?
He is the Ric Flair of the Team Liquid team.
Maybe it had
aesthetically pleasing. I
was about to say, what about the texture? You've been telling me about these textured keycaps.
Texture.
They have like different textures on them.
Texture. I suppose some do, but I don't really look for that. I mean, you want sculpted keycaps for F and J so you can touch type, but beyond that, whatever. There we go. It's got the greys on the go. I'm going to have a Scrabble key set soon. That is the final boss of key sets. There was, I think I retweeted in last week, some pictures of the samples. They look amazing. Absolutely amazing. triple word score and all sorts. What's going on? What's going on?
Is Glaive actually just doing like some crazy code just to coordinate the troops? Look at this. Oh my goodness, dupreeh.
Okay, that's very interesting.
What does that one mean, James?
dupreeh's always been dodgy, hasn't he? Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Since he got into the fountain at, was it DreamHack Valencia, I knew there was something wrong with that lad. Quick reminder, you can see all these players' POVs and mess around with the HUD at Twitch's Premium Pass, which you can find the information for at faceitmajor.com/premium pass. If you find the premium passes,
James.
Either one. I got them to get a forwarder down.
Oh, nice.
So we no longer need to push a hyphen.
That's good, because that's just unreasonable, isn't it? It's
it is. It's heinous.
It's 2018. It's 2018.
Hyphens in 2018. 3 rounds between these two teams. If you are just joining us, if you've just been released, if you're on parole, it is 13 rounds for Team Liquid to the 10 of Astralis. Astralis winning every round in this half, the second half, after finishing the first half with 2 rounds on their CT side, the only CT rounds to be won.
And the crazy thing, James, often when you get these games, like, oh, you know, it can even be frustrating. You know, what? Just no one can win the CT round. Why is it? This is ridiculous. But I have to say that, you know, both these sides from both Astralis and Team Liquid have been very well crafted. Like, and it's so impressive to see that. So you can't. This has just been a game where every round has been awesome for me. So we're back into it, and perhaps we'll see a conclusion soon, or perhaps we won't, because this really feels like an overtime game, but I don't want to call it too soon.
The THE's up mid.
Ooh,
Don't see that very often. I would love to see a cost calculation of the amount of grenades deployed on an Inferno game in the first 25 seconds. Because that's a lot of money being thrown away.
It'd be really cool to see the teams with the best heavy, like high explosive grenade efficiencies on this map, because there's so many timings. You can actually be able to throw them quite predictably and do a lot of damage. Device going for that jump peek. Won't find anything just yet. Team Liquid not playing on the side, mixing the setup up on their B defense.
As one must. I think it was Liquid on the T side where we saw Molotovs towards the boost position on B, but the smoke is too close to allow it to do its job. But I feel like we still don't see HEs in that position. We saw a triple HE towards the pit position, but who is throwing the HEs towards people above the plant pots? The wall is even slanted to help you bounce things into people's faces.
This answers this, and I will tell you, James, not right now, because we do have this top mid take coming in. It feels like Astralis looking for that burst to take more position. You can see Glaive just shoulder peeking that arch angle, looking for Taco, and it looks like Team Liquid is figuring this out. They're rotating. It looks like they wanted to rotate someone from B. They need to rotate people now because the push comes in. Oh my God, Nitro, the savior. Can he line anything else up? No, he cannot. Great entries coming in from Astralis.
And that's an instant save for Team Liquid. Math does a 180, goes back towards B bomb site. Liquid receiving a taste of their own medicine, and it tastes disgusting.
Okay, one of the reasons, one of the possible reasons for preferring, let's say, a Molotov over the HEs for that boost position is just due to the fact that if the HEs do not connect properly, or if the push doesn't come in really quickly, it triggers CTs just push that, to just stack the position, or just boost onto it afterwards. Because the Molotov obviously lasts there a bit longer.
Yeah, but sometimes the Molotov doesn't even work. Like when we saw it earlier in this game, because the smoke was below it, and it was too high, and it stopped it from making any fire. There was no fire.
They couldn't make fire. How make fire? Can you make fire, James?
People were questioning that picture, a Spider-Man picture I put out, where we had a TV in the fireplace. We didn't have money for fire, so we put a TV there. 2 rounds now. 2 rounds!
These entries are savage. Liquid are really on the terrible end of this, and this is kind of the timing when we started to see rounds from Astralis on their T side. So Liquid, they need to figure this one out, because Astralis, they found a way, James. They found a way in, and it's looking pretty good for them at this point.
These guys are playing. They're playing for Wembley right now. They're playing for the UK fans. I know that we have people coming to the major from as far as Japan.
Awesome. That's amazing.
That's pretty crazy, isn't it?
That is awesome. Okay. Whew. Back into it once again. Round 25. Team Liquid on 13, where they've been for a very long time. Astralis creep ever so certainly and assuredly, consistently, towards the tie game position. Will they get further than that is the question. Team Liquid, they don't have a good buy here. You can't expect all too much from that perspective. And you almost wonder if you want to just see them take a crazy risk, but I don't know what the answer is here.
As mentally stable, if you will, as Astralis are in terms of game psychology and keeping level-headed and focused and so on, this is such a long journey back. One mistake could prove fatal. Taco taken out early. There we have the boost onto the plant pots. The daffodils will be trampled down. The gardeners will not be happy.
Daffodils did not deserve for wrecked. Device looking for more entry kills here with the AWP. Obviously, advantageous peak for him against, well, and no sniper rifles on the opposition. But this round could still go sideways here. Team Liquid have a good defense between the likes of Nitro. And there you go. Magic's not sure where to look here. Elige doing a lot of damage there. He will lose Nitro on the wrong side, unfortunately for him. With some well-timed spray through the smoke. Will catch Elige. He tries to line things up, but he can't do too much.
Well, well, well. It appears to be save time again. Elige will try to escape. The smoke will come in handy. Now, you saw when the execute came in from Astralis, they had a flashbang go above the towards the CT position, and you saw a player, the first entry guy, fired one shot just to try and make people look at him while the flash goes off, where they would be facing it. Just a small note there, but here we are. It is round number 12 for Astralis. All the rounds in the second half, they all have T faces on them, yellow faces.
And this really goes to like
piss-coloured faces.
It's such an interesting matchup because again, just from a stylistic perspective, it's just like the most sort of team play and oriented, tactically oriented, strategically oriented matchup you can really have. We don't have like the explosiveness that you would see from from Na'Vi necessarily with Simple or Electronic, or
beautiful
the explosiveness from the likes of some of the other teams that really focus around building those systems on these star players. Right now what we're seeing is just both teams just trying to grind out rounds with better tactics, strategies and calls.
It would not even surprise me if Liquid won this round. Now Astralis are one round away. How many times have we seen that? A long comeback and it's like, oh, looks like we should win a round, lads. Device changing up his position. He has expectation and he punishes Nitro. He's ahead of the game, not expecting Elige though. In front of the Flames, there was a gap, the orb goes flying, and it's 4-on-4.
Yeah, also responding, Astralis look like they want to go very quickly off the back of that exchange towards Banana, catch Liquid before they can go for a rotation. Now they just have to delay. Liquid have to delay on the bomb site. They need to make sure their rotators can get into position to help them out. That is happening. Astralis pinched between both the bomb site defense and those rotators from B. Can they make it through still though? They have managed to smoke off position towards the library position there. And they got a minute to play with. They can go back to the offense. Elige is going in for a play. He finds a perfect timing. Elige and that get massive damage here. And once again, Astralis try to capitalize. They try to push, but they are running out of players.
That is absolutely crazy. Glaive going towards the B bomb site now for a 1 versus 1 with Elige, who has an M4 and 17 HP. Doesn't peek until he's by the fountains. Got to stay alive now, dancing around the fountain. And now it's a 1 versus 2. No smoke for Glaive. He's got 37 seconds left. Jumping across, planting towards the coffins. As Taco and Twist come in from the same position.
They have to win this clutch, James. Team Liquid need to win this clutch. But Glaive, he is ready to spoil their day as they move in. They're trying to... Oh, that is big. That's such a big deal. 14 HP. What a beautiful connection there through the coffins. Glaive repositions. Taco goes for the challenge. Oh, we can't do it, though. Now things get interesting. Trying to actually fake forwards a flash potentially as Glaive repositions here. Just toying with Twist. He knows he can't take a fight. He just has to confuse him and make it really difficult for Twist to find the frag in some way. Glaive is playing the mind games, but Twist, he tries to go one better, but he can't. Going for the hold. Glaive says no.
You absolute beast! How were you winning rounds like that? How do you have the game sense, the presence of mind to throw your CZ to draw distraction and just move out of an engagement like that? That's completely ridiculous. What's so absurd as well, the pre-fire through the coffin, they don't even see him, but they confirm his position with the ding, they don't get the dong, and he absolutely ruins them.
That's incredible. That is just such focus.
Leading by example, you nutter.
That 1v1 right there, in fact the 2v1 that Liquid had, that's one of the most important clutches of this game. It has to be. It just has to be. I mean, there's been so many important clutches, but that's a big one.
Glaive is like the guy in the pub you just never mess with. He's had 10 beers, he's in the corner, he's half on the floor, but you know he's still going to knock you out if you chuck it. 13 apiece. What a ridiculous clutch. He should never win that. Post, after getting shot in the head through a coffin, talk about telling a tale. Shot through the head. Shot in the head through a coffin there. And he still says no. He still refuses to close the door behind him.
Yeah, it is crazy. You can see the stat there. Astralis has won 4 of 5 1v1 situations. Liquid are running out of rounds here to close this game, and they no longer have a lead. It is tied up. Finally, Astralis, they have again, both of these teams, from the perspective of mental resilience,
I can't believe you won that round.
And dealing with pressure, they're both the top of the crop. They're the best of the best in that sense. Seeing them faced off like this is awesome, and the question now is who can close this one down. Orp is back on Nitro. He doesn't want to go aggressive again, Chase.
Talk about impact frags. Dupree with 23 kills. Glaver's on 13. I'm telling you, man, each of those kills is worth an Audi car alone. That's crazy. But we must move on. 13 apiece. Who will take the lead now? Do Team Liquid, have they had enough of this nonsense from Astralis? Astralis, though, still with the AK-47s, and that's not a problem in itself. Everybody firing. They're lining up, though. Just one kill for Elige. How many does he see on the death cam?
It feels like he could have got another couple bullets off there. Oh, that grenade a bit too soon. These players are very weak. We've seen this before, though. Oh, my God. That is some savagery there from Magisk. Takes down Taco. Naf still alive to keep construction for his teammates. A 3v3 health advantage here for Team Liquid, but that bomb is going to put the clock to Team Liquid. What is the play for them?
All they can do is bear witness. Just watch what used to be theirs. It looks like they're going to go for this, Team Liquid. They're committing. Nitro moving back. He's got AWP, but the two riflers they're all in on this one. They're moving in, trying to avoid the crossfire. The clock is ticking, and life is getting harder and harder. Still alive, though, is Twist. Another shot for Twist. Sipek's now hiding. Nitro's close, and down he goes. There it is. Finally, Team Liquid win their first round of the half.
Oh my God, that's a big clutch from Twist. Just moves in like a wrecking ball, takes them all down, and just as you said, James, just as you're taking a lead is there in arm's reach for Astralis, it is absolutely denied by Twist, and Team Liquid stay in the lead, 14-13 now for them, but their economy is pushed to the limits. If they lose this round against Astralis, it surely is over for them. Team Liquid have to win this round. There is no question. They just have to win this round if they want to stay in this one.
Boy, oh boy. Took long enough. And indeed, they must survive. Magisk already through the smoke. Getting an aggressive lurk on. Collides with the Molotov. In the meantime, Magisk gets a pick towards the B bomb site. I do wonder, with Alicia's play in the previous round where he caught Device off guard, if he would go forwards early and get caught, and indeed he did. Now Nafly is alone. Dupree unable to do something funky. Element of surprise gone towards balcony when you got hit by the grenade. The CTs will of course hear that. Still 3 players towards A for Team Liquid.
Nitro is aggressive. They know they have to do something. That is beautiful from Nitro. Giving Team Liquid a chance, slowing things down for Astralis. It is the minute mark, and Astralis have been very active here. Perfect flash for Taco, pushes him off position. Twist there to support him, though, as they fall back onto the site. Feeling the pressure from Astralis. Look at how Astralis' pressure has affected the rotations. We see
Twist.
A 1-3 position. Naf's alone playing retake on B.
But look at the CTs. They are going straight back for the information. They've immediately gone for the information towards A. They've got it early, and now Nitro's on the rotation again. He has to rotate the long way around CT, because if Astralis had somebody by sandbags, they would hear his rotation on Speedway. Both outside of the site, though. 4-on-4, trying to spray as the T's come in. Some pre-fire from Device, and the Boost will come in late.
Perfect timing, there's one, Naf gets 2, second being a headshot, Magisk on 10 HP, Dupree on half. This is a 3v1, shots through the smoke from Twist, and the smokes are gone for Magisk for cover from construction. He's got no chance, surely just enough to get the bomb down. Nitro with a peek, and the AWP does the job, and the defuse will come in with plenty of time. Team Liquid have won the continuation round, but it is not over yet.
There's plenty of money for Astralis. No one will have any issue buying. And what's very interesting for Team Liquid is now in the late round, now they've had some success. They, like this pick from Nitro, Nitro's moving into positions that Astralis have taken for granted because of all their success in the previous rounds. They're not expecting him to be there with the AWP, and that can be enough so late in this game to take it over the line for Team Liquid at match point now to make it to the SSE arena.
Just love the timing of that reboost onto the position, picking the perfect moment. Deep breath are all involved here. Us and the players, and definitely the coaches, as this one could come to a close very soon. Astralis What on earth are they doing here? Such a competitive game of Counter-Strike. Inferno of the highest level. Device not on log this time on the opposite wall. And you can place HEs on both sides. Ooh, bursting through the smoke here, calling the bluff of Team Liquid. There's no one here. And they're just going to charge through so much position. They have so much ground covered. They're in CT spawn, James.
Twist hears this though, and Nitro's in CT. He knows what could be right now. Taco taken out towards shorts in the meantime, and Dupree's angle is so deep that Nitro's ground before he can take a shot. 3 versus 5, and Astralis are fighting back. Elysian Naf now towards the B bomb site. The T's all over A. 4 on 2, but there's no way they can go for this. They need money, Dan.
Yeah, they actually have to survive with 2 players here. They just won 2 rounds. They're going to get $1,400 in addition to what you see. So this is going to be kind of brutal here for Team Liquid this next round.
They're shaking the money boxes. They're selling cookies, milk, everything.
James, this has all the makings of an overtime game. If you look at how wrecked Team Liquid's economy is, unless they can just pull off something magical. Oh, hello.
Yeah, I know it. They can smell the difficulties.
Oh dear. They need these guns. They need the 2 guns down wide.
So they've got 1 now, and now they've got none. They've got none guns, Dan.
Look at them. Oh dear. This is rough for Team Liquid.
This is problematic.
This is very problematic, James.
This
Astralis.
is an issue.
My God.
Taco on the roof like the pizza in Breaking Bad. He's just lying there, making the world angry.
I mean, we can't count out Team Liquid with a buy like this. It's CSGO after all. There's always hope. And they have a good amount of grenades. They've got 5 smokes, which is always one of the most important things. They don't have a kit though. But fortunately, no one has head armor. That would be angering. Team Liquid though, don't make such mistakes.
Well then, Liquid, what do you do in this situation? You had money, you had a buy. You would take things into your own hands. You would play the unexpected play. You can't do that anymore. No more AWP. No more range. UMP range sucks. Was nerfed by Revolver.
Didn't even say Revolver. You said Revolver.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't care. Got to mix it up. Taco has been holding towards short. That's been a problem. Now he goes towards Arch. We have the balcony burst. 3 players now towards the pit position. Twist begging for mercy in the smoke, and Taco somehow gets a CZ kill in the meantime. Twist is still alive. And this is why he comes to rotation. He sends Matis to his zoom, falling off the ride. Taco is still on the site. Support. The reload. Oh my God, not like this. Surely 4 versus 2. You see Liquid. You see Twist praying in the corner of the screen there. Device and Zipex alone. They've got some range, but they don't have much time. And the positions for Liquid are getting worse. They're maneuvering the ships.
I don't know what on earth Astralis can do to bring this back. They have all over the place. Device looks at the first one, finds it through the box. There comes the attempt at a trade, just nipping at Device's heels. They're making life complicated. Zipex with the support, very important. But now time starts to play a factor. Smoke off there to make things difficult. Zipex has to reposition, goes high. Make sure he can cover here. Oh, that is just a masterstroke from Zipex, and there is no way Elise can stop the plant. Somehow Device and Zipex have found their way out of this situation. Elige, though, can he offer something here? 19 health and MP9. Absolutely not. Overtime between Astralis and Team Liquid. These 2 teams are cut from the same cloth, James.
You have to wonder about that smoke grenade, that late smoke grenade, because it gave the T's space to maneuver and help support the guy on the site. So, as you can see here, really gave Zipex some space to fight with, and here we are in overtime. That was a 4 versus 2 despite the weapons. So much advantage, and Zipex can't believe it. He is happy as Larry. He looks like he's won the lottery.
Giddy as a schoolboy. That is insane. The level of I mean, they know they lose the rounds and the match. That's what that round is. You lose the match to the force buy, and yet they're so calm and play the 2v4 perfectly with 4 CTs, or 2 on either side, creeping all over the place. You don't know where all of them even are. How do you do that? That is incredible.
Obviously, Twist was praying to the wrong gods, Dan.
Yeah.
Gaben's busy with Dota. 2 AWPs for Team Liquid in overtime round 1. Nitro and Nafly will be toting the big green guns. Now, Astralis have, for the most part, had AWPs. Looks like we have them not live, so the round will be restored. What is that game in the Interpon? Is that hopscotch? I don't even know what it's called.
This looks like Noughts and Crosses.
I'm sure you can do other things with that. Because who played Noughts and Crosses on the floor?
Hopscotch is just one.
Oh, that's the longer one, isn't it? That's the longer one, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
do you not have enough money for chalk, James? What's going on?
No, I had no money for fire or chalk. We had a can, and we played Nutmeg Rush.
Yeah, but you play games by throwing eggs at people. What about that? Like
I don't know what you're talking about now. But Nutmeg Rush, we'd play kick the can through someone's legs and then beat them.
What are you talking about?
Didn't you play Nutmeg Rush? once an ambulance came.
Oh my god.
Anyway, first round of overtime, 15 apiece. Let us know if you know what game that is with the chalk and all that stuff. 3 players moving towards the A site for the CT, so no big engagement towards Banana to start things off. The early Molotov, and once again, Device is in position. Now, Liquid have, they've got caught once, and they've caught Device once in that position. So I imagine they'll be more careful. Now, Twist gets tagged, but he's still alive. Moving back with his grenades, his granates. Oh! Computer says no! Oh my days!
Oh, and
he's going to need reconstructive surgery. He was so handsome, that.
And you can see it happen. You can see it tracing. Time slowed down. My goodness. Well, that is encouraging for Team Liquid. And here comes a response from Astralis. No messing around. Can't be bothered to build some map control. It is just time to go into that B-bomb site. But Elige, he is chomping at the bit right now, looking for those rifle kills. Takes a high position. And, of course, Naf ready with the AWP. Naf can be quite the dab hand with that weapon. And there you go.
Or do they? Grenades deployed at least. Magisk in the smoke, but are they going to go through? No, they think better of it. 3 smokes around, it's a late one, maybe some counter grenades expected, but here they are, the numbers game at the front at the very least, looking one way, getting shot from the other, and he's still alive with some nice pop flashes. Magisk completely blind, he's got a blindfold on his face, still gets a kill on Elige, however the pre-fire towards construction won't be enough, and now Dupree is on his own. 24 seconds to take out 4 players, they're all around the site, he doesn't even have the bomb, got to go for elimination, make it expensive, there's one from Taco is there to trade.
Naf is just stone cold, isn't he? Beautiful defense coming out from Team Liquid, but of course starting out
again. Oh, that's the modeling contract. Cancel that.
Oh man. I mean, that is just. Oh, my God, you're doing that in the first round of overtime. That is just disgusting. Come on, come on. Well, Astralis, they've got to step to that. The double ops is a pretty cool switch up. We didn't really see this in regulation games, but it's starting off pretty well for them. Should have given Naf an op sooner.
As far as getting more early mileage out of Banana, apart from being shot in the face, Device will take an alternative angle this time. 1/22 for some of the remainder of the team to make inroads towards the A site to take Liquid away from the top of mid. And they'd have to be afraid of a potential retake on Banana here as well. We're all familiar with the smokes over the flashes over the roof, rather. A pixel gap being held by Nafly. Surely he isn't fast enough for a shot like that.
Well, after the last round, you can't really call him into question. Let's see what he can pull out the bag here. We see flash on the angle, and well, he delivers anyway. Doesn't even need to see the timing shot, so he gets blinded. Works out a treat, and Elige is boosted up once again. Look at all these counter grenades. There's no one moving through those fires. It is a relative just hell. There might be bomb site for more reasons than one.
The thing is, there are 4 smoke grenades around the B bomb site, so the CTs don't have the information, and then the Astralis are trying to play the numbers towards A in the meantime. Zepex going through the apartments with the bomb. The other 2 still top mid for now, just looking until short. They don't know what the status of the pit is, which makes it really hard to go for those deep picks on the site. The flashbang connects. Twist will hear that. He knows somebody's there. Nitro now, Elige rotating as well. And there's trouble on the A side. Here comes the initial peak, the initial pre-fire. The Molotov is there as well, and still Liquid get the frags and wipe out Astralis. 2 for 2. First to 19 takes the match.
And this is really cool to see so far, because we have this. The fact that they have the double AWP to pull out and are doing it in overtime, as opposed to the second half of regulation, where they struggled so much. That's awesome to go to, because look, this is causing problems. Naf is loving it right now, James. He's absolutely loving it. Not over yet, though. 2 rounds for Liquid. Oh my god, Astralis' money sucked. They didn't get a bomb down, did they? They did not get a bomb down. Their money is so bad.
Their money is poverty. Twist jumps, peeks, sees plenty of information. 3 players will remain towards the A site for the CTs, and Liege will rotate as well. Astralis may be looking for a faster round, but they will be deterred at the beginning. Device creeping through smokes on Banana, while the other 4
Oh my god, Taco knows just to hold down Mouse One. He knows they're going to try to capitalize off the back of those flashes, and they are getting demolished, decimated. Dupree left here to do more of that goodness from before, but with so much more tasks to step up to here. He's pretty much alone in this one now. Glaive trying to make stuff happen towards B, and he will get the frag, but the bomb this time is oh so far away.
1 minute. He has 1 HP for every player of Liquid who are still alive, and now he has none. 3 match points for Team Liquid. What happened to all the success from the T sides of these teams?
Double orbs, James.
3 match points.
You got to give Naf the MVP for those last 3 rounds. He picks up the double orb, and he every round he delivers. And Team Liquid made a good gamble. They felt like there would be a rush towards A. They stacked 4 towards A, left Naf by himself on B. Perfect read, and that's good for the 3-0. Astralis did it, James. They did it in regulation. They can do it again in overtime.
They can. But will they? But will they? Naf, 27 frags. Narrowly leading the server. Dupree 1 behind at 26. Seems oh so long ago we saw that crazy 180 from Dupree in the arch area, doing the bait setup of Team Liquid in reverse. Now, can he have another fantastic performance, or will it be down to someone else to step up for Astralis to stave off these 3 match points of Team Liquid? Again, the winner goes to the SSE Arena, guaranteed.
With a very high seed as well, which is very important.
Ooh.
Nitro taking the out of the kitchen, back towards A here for Team Liquid. Rotation starting to come in now from Astralis, bringing everyone onto the bomb side here towards A. Of course, still playing 2 towards B though. Not yet making a full read on Team Liquid, but obviously they have some kind of communication for this A setup. Giving up Arch completely. A Banana control as well, and Liquid will push forwards, but that is a great start there for Astralis.
Yes, it is. Now at the bottom of Banana. Having a look where Zepex is jump peeking near the top. 50 seconds. 4 more players for Astralis to find. Shallow smoke grenade on Arch. Ooh, it's a gimmick one. Device may not be ready for this. We've got a player standing on a crate, but I think he is somewhat protected. Is his barrel seen by Nitro? Is he on the radar? He's on the radar now. Doesn't see a Liege through the 30 seconds remain. Dupree can punish him. What? How does he have time to shoot?
It's 25 seconds to go. The time is really against Team Liquid here, and now Astralis know. Oh my god, how much can a Liege find out here? Oh my god, there it is. Instant kill onto the Astralis. Couldn't find the second player though. It's Magic. Can he buy time? No! There is chance here. 8 seconds to go. In comes Glaive for a frag, but the bomb will be planted. Somehow, Liquid is still in this one.
Taco top mid spots one of the 2 players and moves away, trying to 2v1 with his teammate. Where is the other player? Are they moving in tandem? Is he on the other side? Taco elevating his position. Zepex moving around the smoke, deploying a grenade. This is a big one from Glaive. Will it land in the right spot? Will it force Taco from his position? Flashbang not good enough though, and now it's Glaive alone. There's one, and there's another one from Nafly. Liquid win the match and make it to the SSE Arena.
What an incredible game of Counter-Strike. We just saw the reason why both Team Liquid and Astralis are considered the best teams and the favorites for this tournament. That matchup had everything. It had incredible amounts of pressure.